Hello friends! Today's video you are going to see myself go through training. That's essentially what this is. I have been terrified of a lot of processes in the detailing world, and I have overcome a lot, but there are some pretty major hurdles that I still have to overcome. And when I stopped into the Detail Dudes shop one day, which you saw that video, these guys stepped up. They have no problem answering a question. They've helped me understand so much. And today I was, as you saw on yesterday's video, I was able to observe the ceramic coating application, which was another process that scared me to death. And then I was able to learn today and get kind of a crash course on using a clay bar and, for the very first time, using a polisher. I'm going to let the video run. You will hear a conversation or bits and pieces of a conversation between myself and Scott Barber. He is one of the owners of Detail Dudes, and he was willing to help kind of teach me my way around how to handle one, what they can do, what they don't do, you know, how to properly use it, that kind of thing. So with that being said, here you go.
Yeah, so then we kind of just spray a little lubrication.
Oh, you could hear it change.
Yep.
You could hear it get better.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Now, does that smudge it really bad?
Yeah, so this isn't the best lubrication for the job. So these nano pads kind of leave a texture when it polishes off with this stuff. It'll polish off. Usually we like to not use, I don't like to clay anything unless I'm going to be polishing it because of this risk.
Okay, so do I just put it flat and then start it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not able to figure. Maybe I'm. That's better.
And we'll leave the section in front over here so that you have some before and after that you can take after the polishing is finished. And we usually go 3-4 passes.
How do you pull it off? Do you let it stop?
Yeah, I usually slow it. It depends. If I'm pulling it off because I'm done,
You just pull
it off. I mean, I turn it off as I'm pulling it off.
Oh.
But you don't have to let it come to a stop on the panel.
That's what I was
No.
concerned about.
Nope.
Am I?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
So then I think that tells the dry one, and you can just.
This one?
Yeah, is that the dry one? Or
It's
is
got
that
a little bit of. It's damp.
probably the one on the back then.
Yeah.
There you go. And so you just, and you know, like we've talked about, normally you would let it sit for 20 minutes.
Oh shoot.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we're playing right now.
But
It's
yeah,
not.
I
It's
got
not.
you.
This is just about seeing the results and the change and the.
Check
But
that
so,
out.
you know, and there's still some polish on there.
There is?
Yeah.
Where? Oh, right here?
see it in the camera best. Yeah, there you're getting it. It takes, usually what we do like a white one direction and then flip the towel and come back and just kind of give it a little circular rub to get all of the extra oils, because this polish does have the sealant, so it's got some
we didn't
oil
let it
look,
sit.
you know, too. Well, yeah, and as you let it sit, like if you let it dry, like you're ideally going to, it doesn't streak like that. But yeah, like look at that finish in that, and then you come around here and it's all dull and oxidized and even more scratched. Like it's. So yeah, so get you a couple drops on there, and I'm gonna just take like a little before clip of it. And this pad has been used and abused. We've used.
But I'm obviously accomplishing a little bit with it.
Oh, I mean, you're accomplishing exactly what the goal is out of it. Like.
So do I need to put pressure down?
I mean, it's hard, it's a measurement, right? The machine weighs quite a bit on these. So a lot of times on a flat surface like this, machine weight is enough. If you're going after like deep scratches, like on that black tank, if we go mess with that, you'll definitely want to put some pressure on it, because you want to break through the clear coat. But so, like right in here on this edge, we're not quite getting through a full coverage. So that's where the importance of keeping the center as flat on a flat surface as possible. And you can kind of see where it's like right through here.
Okay.
You can see the difference in the way the polish looks on it. And so, honestly, I would probably spin it up another click on the RPMs.
Can I not do that when it's running?
Yeah, you can do it while it's running. Yeah. And you can go back and forth, side to side, you know, whatever.
Okay.
A lot of times, I just kind of throw it around in a pattern of some kind and make sure I'm getting my 3 to 4 coverage passes. And then it's what it's going to get. You know, I mean, it only does so much, and it generally has completed that task.
No, I didn't get in these little.
That's fine. We're not after
I'm not after perfection.
Right.
I just was trying
Just
to get a feel. You can see the difference.
Oh yeah.
Where I did it and where I didn't. That is freaking cool. And it's not as heavy when it's running.
This time you can't get away with just machine pressure on this.
Okay, so this is going to need more pressure.
Yeah, and so your first pass, you just want to spread the material. You know, go just at machine weight, and just kind of get it in all the areas where you're going to want it to be. And then, you know, once you kind of put a little bit of pressure on that front edge, and you want to make sure that it's still spinning. And so if you get it up on an angle a little bit more, you'll see that it starts to spin right again.
Okay, so I was off wrong?
Well, it's just when you get up on the edge of the pad, there's a weight threshold or a pressure threshold that it eventually meets, and once it meets that threshold, then it will start rotating as it's designed again.
Okay.
That's sketchy, but okay. Okay.
Now, I didn't put a lot of pressure down. That was just...
But it still
made
made a huge difference.
Now, my problem is,
I mean,
how much pressure do you put down?
That's one of those things that you learn.
I mean, you're not...
I mean, there's times where I feel like I'm going to lift myself off the ground.
But it looks much better.
Yeah, I mean, it made a huge difference. Like, and you can see it, especially like right here. You know, you go from here, all those light little scratches are gone. And that's really what this polish is designed for. It's not supposed to get that big, heavy stuff out. I'm going to get that big, heavy stuff out, or most of it out at least. But I'm probably going to put a different pad on it that's a little bit more aggressive pad to make up for the lack of aggressiveness in the polish itself.
Right.
You know, there's a big learning curve and a lot of stuff to know, or, you know, that isn't just general knowledge. You know, it's just stuff you pick up and learn. But it feels smooth, feels really good. You know, it's...
Because you could feel that little scuffing, and you can feel it now.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as noticeable. Mm-hmm. I mean, and so with these big scratches, what I'm after, I'm not looking to remove them because they're deep. They're way too deep to just be removed. What I'm looking for is to minimize the visual effect. And that's generally done by folding the clear coat back down into the scratch.
Do these create a lot of heat?
Not really. I mean, they can. If it's not well lubricated, it can and will. But you know, the polish itself lubricates. I'm pushing hard.
You can tell you're white knuckled.
Yeah. And this is at 4,000 RPMs. Pad's warm. I mean, you can feel the pad. It's got a little bit of warmth to it.
It's got a little bit to it.
But not bad. The panel, it's hot. I mean, it's warm.
Yeah. Okay. And you were but you didn't burn through it.
No. Didn't damage it. Not at all.
And let's look at that. I mean, that feels better too.
Yeah, it took all of that overspray off. I mean, that's a lot of pressure. I was probably putting 25 or 30 pounds of pressure on that. And there's nothing to be afraid of. There's a lot to be afraid of, right? A car and a motorcycle, the paint is expensive, and you only have so much clear. So it's a finite, it's a measurable risk.
Well, look at there.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's just time and being comfortable with it.
And there you have it, friends. Thank you so much for being with me today. Like I said before, drop a comment below and let me know how you think I did. I was terrified. But Scott was able to show me and, you know, keep me low key and let me know there's nothing that I can damage that he can't fix. So thank you guys, Casey and Scott, and especially Scott, for showing me this process, for helping me to understand so much about it. And in the future, you're probably going to see a polisher in my hand a lot more. Thanks for hanging out on my channel, guys, for a minute. I sure appreciate you being here. And until tomorrow's video, we'll see you later.